I come to you guys with a video on how to treat and conceal your under eye area. So if you want to learn some great tips and tricks on how to treat and conceal that area, then just keep on watching my video. So I already have my foundation on and my bronze and contour on. So the most important thing that you want to do to treat and conceal your under eye area is you definitely want to treat your eye area with some type of treatment product. This is the Nerium Eye Serum. This helps treat fine lines, wrinkles, dark circles, and puffiness, and that's going to help just kind of correct that area so you don't have to use as much highlight for correction or concealer for correction, but you can use concealer for highlight. And that's what I tend to use a concealer for. It's more to highlight this area versus just to cover up any like thing I need to cover up. I just suffer from like fine lines like right in here, and that's what I try to treat. And then you also want to hydrate. This is the Nerium Day Cream, but you can use this all over your face, including your eye area, because it's sensitive enough for your eye area. I mean, there are some eye creams that you can use in conjunction with this serum. One of them I use, it is the Clinique All About Eyes moisturizer just for your eyes, but a lot of the times I just use the Nerium Age Defying Day Cream, and I just usually take a little bit. I'll just show you guys what I do on camera. So I usually just take half, like a little pump like that. I rub it together. And I already have foundation on, but this is okay because you can never have, you know, you don't want to overhydrate this area, but you definitely want to make sure it's hydrated well before you put on any concealer on your under eye area. So that's really important to having your concealer go on well for highlight or correcting. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna let that sit in a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple of options for concealer products and what you want to look for, so that kind of soaps in. So I have a couple of high-end items, and then I have some low drugstore items. So my drugstore options that I tend to enjoy as far as concealer products, it's the NYX HD concealer, and this is a really good drugstore. This is in the color medium, so this is what I used for highlighting that area. So if you're trying to correct and you have dark circles, it's really important to go like a little of a shade lighter than your natural skin. You don't want to go this light because, like I said, for me, I use concealer more to highlight than I do for correcting. So if you have dark circles, you want to tend to go like just like half a shade to a shade lighter than your natural skin. Another good drugstore is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is an actual treatment concealer. So this actually helps treat your eye area while concealing. So this helps with dark circles and puffiness. So this is a really good alternative. It's really creamy. This is very mattifying. So if you like a really matte look and not a dewy look, this is going to give you that good kind of like matte look. So that's the other thing too. If you tend to have more like oily skin, you want to stick to concealers that are going to give you more of the mattified look. And that's what I like about these two. If you are normal skin, dry or oily, the two high-end options that I use consistently is the Naked by Urban Decay. This is the Naked Skin. I'm in the color medium dark. And then the other one is a Tarte Shape Tape. This is also in the color Tan Sand. So these are really two hydrating areas. So if you have more normal to like dry skin, you can use these. I tend to have like combination skin, and then I'll get oily in my T-zone, but everywhere else is pretty normal. So I can kind of use the variations of different formulas for concealers. So that's just some things to keep in mind. If you tend to have more like combination oily skin, you want to set your under eye area. But even if you have dry skin, if you really want your concealer to last the whole day, you can set it with like a translucent powder. And one of my favorite from the high end is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to show you guys how I use this. You want to use a dampened beauty blender and to apply your, like to blend out your concealer and for the powder. Another option if you don't like loose powder is a pressed powder. This is the NARS Crystal Translucent Powder. This is a really good one to set the under eye area if you like a pressed powder needs to use a brush. So I'll demonstrate to you guys both of these on one on each eye. And of course, you know, you can always use like a yellow tone powder if you're trying to correct that skin underneath there. I know there's one from Kat Von D, her Shade and Light palette has like a kind of a yellowy tone, and then there's the Anastasia ones, and then I guess a really good one from the drugstore is like the Revolution banana powder. That's a good drugstore alternative. So this is all set in, so let me take you guys through what I use. I'm gonna stick to my Tarte Shape Tape today because this is the one that I reach for the most. So what you want to do is, this a little bit goes a long way. You do not need a lot of this product. So I'm going to show you guys what I do to highlight. I don't do a big triangle. I literally take it here in my inner corner, here and here, and then I dot it here, here, and here. So that's what I do for my under eye concealer. You want to take a dampened beauty blender, take the pointed edge, and you just want to blend that out. And you want to get in the corner and you want to drag it down. So you see how much that little bit, and then I also put it on the top of my lid because I tend to use my concealer as an eye primer too. So it kills two birds with one stone. So the dampened beauty blender just gives you a really nice airbrush look for underneath your eye. And this is going to give you a highlighted effect. So that's how that works. And like I said, if you are trying to correct the under eye area, you want to use a shade lighter versus 2 shades for highlighting. So that's the difference between correcting the under eye area. Now, if you want to do correction and highlighting, you can always get, like, depending on what your dark circles look like, you know, there's a salmon colored correcting cream that you can get from Pixie, Benefit, or even Bobbi Brown. She was famous for making her under eye salmon concealer for correcting. You can use that first to correct, and then you can use whichever concealer you want for highlighting. So you can do that if you're looking to correct and highlight. But for me, like I said, I tend to just want to use concealer to highlight that under eye area to reflect the light. And then of course, I mean, look at that. It just completely brightens that area up. So you see that, and it's this Beauty Blender sponge is like the best tool to use for under eye concealer I have found. So you can see this doesn't crease. So that's one of the reasons why I like the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, because for me, I have this line like right here, and I feel like it does not settle in that line. And then whatever's left over, I just take it down the center to highlight down the center. See, that little bit went a long way. So the next step is you want to set that under eye area. So for me, like I said, I'm kind of normal here and oily here, so I kind of have combination to normal skin. It's just weird depending on the time of year. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I literally just tap my sponge into the lid, and I don't bake. I put enough powder there though to where now you see that I just kind of really work it into the skin. You don't want to drag it, you want to bounce your beauty blender. So this is the translucent side. I prefer translucent side for translucent powder for setting my concealer, but I just want to show you guys the difference in how much that mattified that out even more compared to this side. So now I'm going to show you guys the pressed powder on this side. So like I said, this is the NARS Crystal Translucent Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and it's pressed. And I take like one of these angled brushes here. This is good. I have another one. This is a good one. So I'm just going to take this big one just because I like the big one. And I'm going to put it in here. Just kind of dust it off like that so it's on there. And then I literally just press it into the skin. Might want to close your eye. So just 2 different techniques. It just depends on what you prefer and what works best for you. So see how I did that? It's both mattified and like that. So that's how that works there. And then you want to make sure that you just kind of even it out. And that's it for how you conceal and treat the under eye. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Got some good tips and tricks on how to conceal and treat this area. And yeah, have a great day. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that you were able to get a couple of good suggestions and tips on what to do with your under eye areas if you're looking to conceal or highlight or treat that area. There's so many good products out there. I just wanted to share with you guys what my favorites were and how I treat my under eye area and how I conceal and which tools I use. But I can tell you, if you don't have a beauty blender or a sponge, go get one, because those things have changed my life when it comes to concealing and setting that under eye area. So I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your week. Bye.